Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I'm going to talk you through here how to prep for a fusion. Okay, I've done it before, but the reason why I wanted to redo this video is because of this fella. This fella here, can't get my pointing right. This fella here is going to be a game changer for most people's accounts. Okay, I can't think of a single person that wouldn't or shouldn't be going for this guy when he comes along in just over 2 weeks' time. 2.5 weeks we've got. So 2.5 weeks in Raid is a long time. It's a long time to prep your resources. And I really feel like even if you're free to play, you can give yourself a great shot at going for this guy if you put the preparation in now and if you go hard now. A lot of people have said to me, you know what, I'm feeling a bit fatigued. I'm in the middle of the Yoshi fusion and I'm being told about this guy. Well, actually, we don't normally get this type of forewarning, especially about the skills of a champion. So what it's enabling us to do, I guess, you make your choice really early. And I honestly think you should choose to go for this guy. Yeah, there's been a few where I've been like, the one we're doing right now, Yoshi, I think he's decent. I don't think he's going to be crazy. Pixniel, I was quite upfront and said, don't wanna. Yeah, Astralon, I was like, this guy hits, he's really strong. So, but this guy, I think, is kind of like on the Astralon tier, but probably even better for the average account, because I think his shield ability is going to help people progress where they can't right now. If you're struggling on Spider right now, you don't have a miscreated monster, I tell you what, you've got your shields. Yeah? If you're struggling on finance to get through the waves, you've got your support. If you're struggling on Dragon, you've got your support. There's so many places that this guy is going to be top tiering to help you progress. Doom Tower, I feel like it's kind of almost everywhere. So get preparing now, and we're going to go into how to in this video. So the other thing people have said to me is, I'm fatigued on fusions. Believe it or not, we've actually had a fusion or a fragment event once a month for like 12 months. I guess people are fatigued by it, but you can just choose, do I want this one or not? Skip one if you're really feeling fatigued. But I honestly would say this is not the one to skip. Okay, so let's start then. Let's just run through the things. The cool thing about fusions, cool or not cool, either way, is that they're pretty like copy-paste. Yeah, Playerium don't come up with fresh ideas. They're pretty much copy-paste. So we can look at past events, past fusions, and we can help ourselves plan for this one. So the first thing, daily login rewards, just save the stuff. It's an obvious one, but when you get these shards and stuff, save them. But we're going to run through the different things that you could do as we go. So let's just ping up. Yes, yes, yes. Make me spend money. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, my Lord. How many? Okay. Let's just ping up the news from the Yoshi, the Drunkard Fragment event. I think it's the last one we're going to be able to see. So he is a Fragment event. He's not a fusion. But basically, they're the same. Yeah. They're the same. There's slightly different mechanics, but they're the same. So let's see what we had to do for Yoshi and start to think to ourselves, what's the different components that we need? Don't think the individual events, the components. So there's always one Summon Rush and one Champion Chase. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need plenty of is Shards. And that's the hardest thing to get, by the way. Summon Rush, Champion Chase, and then normally where the lion's share of points are. But in this case, it's going to be a fusion event. And a fusion event probably means behind a champion chase, there'll be a couple of rares for you to collect to build into an epic. And chances are, for the highest points on a champion chase, you will be able to get a fully formed epic to fuse into this guy. So, how do we collect shards? Let's do that first. Where are there options to collect shards in this game? And as I say, it's the hardest thing to do. Make sure you are online as much as you can be, and you are doing this. Collect mystery shards. Collect them up. When it refreshes, go back in, collect them up. It's boring. It's a boring way to do it, but I tell you now, if you've got yourself 1,000 mystery shards, 1,200 mystery shards, what we got, 2.5 weeks, you could probably get yourself in 2.5 weeks over 1,000 mystery shards comfortably if you were in the game. It's up now. Don't say to me, yeah, but we don't want this to be our job. I get it. It's fine. But at this point, you're making a decision if you want to do that or not. But it's a big way to top up points to be able to complete these events. Now, when you've got these champion chase events running, like this one here, and you're trying to get to this level, if it was a fusion event, you've probably got this level here will probably be a rare champion. And then this level here is probably going to be an epic champion. Or maybe this one if they're being generous. So just you've got to think it out. Is it even feasible for you to be able to go after the epic? But buying up those mystery shards is just a good chance to do it. So that's one place you can do it. Market, buy up mystery shards. Another place that you can go to get yourself shards, but it's an expensive way to do it, is the free versus free arena. Now, you should be saving up these gold bars anyway. There's not a whole lot in here that's worth taking, but we've got, 3 weeks now? So if you buy yourself an ancient now, it's got a 7-day cooldown. So you might squeeze 2 more. If you do it today, you might squeeze 2 more. But if you do it on the event, you're going to get 1. So get them today. Same thing if you're in silver, get yourself this. And if you're in gold and you've been saving a ton of gold bars, then buy up the Sacred now. That's 500 points for you in the next champion chase. Okay? Grab these other bits while I'm in it. Okay. So that's the second place that you can get shards from. Third place is Clan Boss. You should be doing Clan Boss every single day. Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare if you can do it. But if not, we can now see what the drop info is like elsewhere. You can get ancient and void shards from Brutal. Honestly, most people who have started the game and got any sort of idea on the game should at least be on hard once they've played for a few weeks. So, and if you're sitting on an unkillable team that you've not built yet because you haven't had the time, I tell you what, unkillable teams are the easiest way to get top tier rewards from Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. And you get a decent spray of shards if you get top chests in those areas. So save those shards as they come from Clan Boss. Doom Tower is the other place. You don't get a lot of shards here. I'm about to get one actually on a level for me. But if you're doing normal Doom Tower, you can see where the rewards are. So, is it feasible for you to hit level 40? I would argue that, anyone who's played the game for... Anyone who's got a team of level 60s should have a chance at getting to level 40. Yeah? I've done videos on how to beat them easily on normal. So check those out if you've not seen them. There's not many shards in normal, to be fair. Literally level 40 and then max. But again, there's other resources here, and we'll come back to that in a second. So for shards, if you're going to be a spender in the game, this is a different point, I guess. But this rookie pack, the 1 per day pack for $1, it's worse for me as a Brit, but it's actually one of the best returns for your money. It's a shocker to say, but it is. But yeah, so make sure that you're saving them. Like so many people, don't pull on this next ×2. Don't do it. Don't pull on the next ×10. Just save them. It's 2.5 weeks of your life. Save the shards. You will get a guaranteed legendary in 2.5 weeks who's really strong instead of pulling your shard and hoping for the best. No, save them. Have some self-control for 2.5 weeks. Okay, next one then. Let's go back to the kind of list of things that they get us to do in these events. So summoning is a big one. We know that. Now, champion training is probably the next big one. You can do a lot of prep for this. Champion training, generally for the big fusions, you have 1 rare early on, and you have... is there one open right now? I think there is, actually. Champion training, yeah. So you normally have, like, where Yoshi is here, there's probably going to be a rare. Or maybe up here. You might have 1 rare here. You might have 1 rare further on. And then where this Void Shard is normally, you're probably going to have an epic. If you can pick up the epics instead of having to battle your way through all the rares, it saves you a ton of time and resources. Albeit, you have to go hard on it. So champion training is one of the hardest ones to do, in my opinion. But you can do a ton of prep. So, if you look at the point system here, if you upgrade someone from like 4 to 5 star or 5 to 6 star, you get more points. But also, if you level someone up that is 5 star or 6 star, you get a lot more points. You get way more points for them early level than you do for them late level. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, if I've got someone who is level 1, but a 5-star, let's just take any old rando, suzerain, and let's say I upgrade his level using a brew. Obviously, you could do it in campaign, but if I use a brew, I'm going to get, for one brew, 9 levels. And that's going to give me a ton of points. Yeah, for the tournament, that's going to give me like, what, 9 times 8, whatever that is, 72. Next time I level him up with 1 brew, I gain 5 more levels. Okay? We've now got 5 times 8, 40. Yeah, nearly half the amount of points I just got for that second brew. The third brew, I gained what, 3 levels? So that brew only gains, 24 points. A third of what I got from the first brew. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So what you should do for champion training is get as many people on the cusp of leveling up as possible, but don't level them up yet. Hold them. Hold them at level 30, 40, 50 in your vault, like this. All these 50s I've got. All these 40s I've got. Not many, actually, but I'm going to have more by the time this event comes up. Hold them there. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Hold them and just get them ready. Make sure they're food champs for you for other champions that you then want to put as a 6-star. Yeah? When you level someone up to 50, feed them a brew when we get to the champion training event. Yeah? Because that's going to be your best bang for your buck. If you've got a ton of epics sitting in your vault like this, or some epics sitting in your vault like this, and you just want to hard and fast get some points, you could just take them all through the early few levels. You know, you could, when you're doing your point gain, you could burn some energy in here and take in each time early level dudes so that you gain more points for the fights that you do. Yeah, so you could throw in a load of level 1s each time, or maybe do a few runs, but you'll gain more points for the time that you spend in, sorry, more points for your energy, is what I'm trying to say. So the champion training is one of the hardest ones, but you can manipulate it. You can kind of play it to your favor, because you'll gain more points for their early levels than for their later levels, and you can prep your food. You can do a lot of that now. Okay, so the next big thing to be aware of with these type of events is we've got dungeon divers, we've got dragon tournament, ice golem tournament, fire knight tournament, spider tournament. All of these will exist. All of these will give you 1 rare when we get to the actual fusion. Okay, so this is energy. Okay, now I'm not going to say sit on energy. I don't think you should. I think actually you just need to plan for the fact that when it comes round, there's going to be some different things that you can do to boost your energy. So things like hold on to, it won't be, obviously you still use this on a day-to-day basis until we're close to being into the events. But we know the date, it's the 16th of April. We know it. So things like once you've done your monthly, save these shards, by the way, on your weekly, save them. When you've done your monthly, you're going to get chunks of energy in here that you can save. Yeah, on the advanced quests, save your XP boost. And the advanced quests, again, you're going to get chunks of energy on the day, but that's not a saver. The saver's in here, in this monthly one where you've got things like maybe it's the upgrade the artifacts, I'm not sure. But anyway, don't spend them as soon as you get them. Save those chunks of energy. So one other place that we get some resources, which we never used to get before, is in these small packs we get each day. So I've got my daily gem stuff going on here, so ignore those two. But we get rune stuff, fine. We get some pots every other day. We get some silver every other day. You can collect those. But this energy, look, it lasts for 99 days in here. So leave it in there. Just anyone who says to me, I cannot do the fusion, if you don't screenshot me at least 10 stacks of energy sitting in here with like 90 days on them, I'm not listening. I don't care. Save it here. Don't collect it. Resist the collect button. Resist it. Because you're going to have yourself another 1,300 energy ready to go. That's going to complete one of the dungeon missions for you, nigh on. You probably need like 1,600 per dungeon area. Save it here. It's actually a really good free resource of energy that we never had before. Clearing, we've carried on with it. You've got to say thanks. You know, like they're doing more. They're giving us more stuff than they've ever given us before to collect. The best possible silver gain you've got is Spider. Okay, so if you can run Spider, I mean, if you're running Spider 20, that's your absolute best. If you can't, if you can do 17, do 17. If you can do 10, do 10. It's still your best silver gain in the game compared to anywhere else. So Spider is your best silver gain. But if you're trying to prep food champions for one of those champion training events, then farming stage 12-3 is going to be your best silver gain whilst prepping food. Yeah, shields sell for more than anything else. So this is going to be the best use of your energy to prep food whilst boosting silver. And just save it for now. Don't do all of those leveling things you want to do. Just save it. Just save it and guarantee yourself a legendary in 2.5 weeks. A strong one. So one other way that you can gain silver, believe it or not, is actually in the forge. And between now and the fusion, don't use any of your forged materials. Okay? Save the forged materials. If there's a quest on the advanced quests, and sometimes there are, like build this one item, just build the one item, but then leave it at that. Save your forged materials. When you get to the fusion, you're spending 10k. Let's just do one so you can see it. Let me just, yeah. I'll do a big one. So this set I like anyway. Okay, so you save your forged materials now. What do I really want in Swift Parry? Probably a hell. You save your forged materials. When you come to the fusion, you can then start to burn them. And bam, I spent 10k. I've made 70k, 65k. 6.5 my silver, or I get a good item. This is a crap item. Sell it off straight away. I just 6.5 times my silver. If you're doing that in the stock market, you're a rich fella. Yeah, so it's actually a really great source of income, especially if you're not burning these hammers. But if you're doing sets like, not deflection, which one is it? Resilience, using easy to get materials, perception, low level ones, affinity breaker, low level ones. Yeah, a bunch of these have got the low level equivalent. Spend 1,000, not using any of my other stuff. I get 13x'd. 13x'd. I'm a rich fella. Yeah, so how do I get all these forged materials? Some of it's in completing missions. Only do it if it's not going to burn your resources that you're saving. And you can get them daily in Faction Wars. Do Faction Wars daily. Okay, the last thing is, and it might be something which some of you are not used to because these type of fusions don't always come about. So similarly to, do I even have one I can show you? Not really. I'll show you in this sense. So you have 4 champions that will go into each of the different epics. There'll be 4 rares that build into 4 epics that then create 1 legendary champion. Okay. What you have to do is, on each of the rares, you have to 4-star them and ascend them. And then you build those into the epics. The epics you then have to 5-star and ascend before you can get your fusion. Okay. So the one thing that people don't prep enough of is potions. Yeah, so I would say if you're building food and you're building silver, great, but also spend some energy in the potion keeps and farm the highest level you can farm. Yeah, get yourself through it as much as you can. You can build food in here, by the way. If you've got a kind of champion setup that can do it, let's say, who can I use in here? Something like this. Let's say these 2 are strong enough for me to do it. They probably are. Then I can actually throw in 3 food champions to start to get myself towards those level ups, yeah? When I need them for the fusion event. So we can start building our food now. Now I'm lucky because I've got the crazy champs and stuff, but if you can put 1 in, it's enough. It's better than putting none in, yeah? So don't think, oh yeah, I can't do 3, why would I bother? Just put 1 in. It's fine. At least you're growing some champions at the same time as earning silver, at the same time as earning potions. Make sure you're doing it. Make sure you've got a good spread of potions across all of the different affinities, because the one thing we don't know right now is who the champions are that we are going to fuse. Chances are they're going to be new champions, but we don't know affinity or anything. So Get yourself a spread of champions to be able to do it. And then the last thing which we have in Fusion. So far we've covered Shards, we've covered champion training, we've covered dungeon divers, artifacts. So the last thing is Classic Arena. Now, I always say Classic Arena is the easy one. And maybe that's just because it's easy for me. And I don't know, to be honest. But I guess probably there's nothing you can do to prep for it other than make sure your teams are built well and make sure that you can compete in your level of arena. And I know right now that's really hard to do for newer players. Okay, I will do an arena video just on basics of building an arena team between now and the Fusion, probably this week. Because I think actually you can do better than you think you can just by pulling together the right components in a team. But the arena is going to be the last one. But the arena rewards are generally quite easy to get compared to the other stuff. So and honestly, if you didn't do the arena ones, I think you'd still get the Fusion just by doing the ones that I've called out there. Okay? So there's more ways than ever before to prep for this stuff. So there we go, guys. Look. Get yourself prepared. This is a good one. This Fusion is one of the best I've seen. It's up there with an Astralon for me in terms of quality. But I think it's bigger than Astralon because it's going to be the carry for the early game player, the mid game player, and then the end game player is going to have some fun fitting them into some of their teams. So I genuinely think it's one of the best Fusions they've put out, and we've got it early. We know early. Get yourself prepared, guys. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.